Okay, welcome to my channel. Today is a lovely late August day. It's warm, the sun is out sometimes and sometimes not, but it's warm. Windows are open, doors are open. Late summer, so beautiful. So I have been saying I want to find out about early man living in Denmark because I was so upset that it looked like he'd only lived here for 14,000 years, and everywhere else he'd lived many, many more years. So I talked with people who are in the know. I looked up a lot of references about finds, about opinions about the finds. I looked up the sea levels and so on and so forth. And I said to myself, what is the probability of man having lived in Denmark or on the landmass of what later became Denmark? What is the probability? And I decided the probability is very high because we have England. They have been having people living there since 950,000 years, maybe earlier. Poland on the other side, 550. We have people in Germany who used to come up here after 14,000. Why wouldn't they come up before 14,000 if the land was amenable to surviving? So there were many thousands, hundreds of thousands of years where the Danish landmass was amenable to surviving. There was the EM, interglacial, around 130,000 years. There was the Holstein, around 400,000 years. And there was the Cromer interglacial, 850 to 450, roundabout. And they could, in the EM and Holstein and the tip at the height, Denmark was, there was a lot of water coming in and it became kind of islands, but in the run-up to that or after, there was plenty of thousands of years where they could come and enjoy the land and the food and the fish and the mammals and the deers and the bison and whatever they met here. So I've decided that the probability is very high. Now, I am not an archaeologist, professional or otherwise. I look at everything. I look at the geology, I look at the climate, I look at how did the map look like, what about our neighboring countries, what were the conditions, and so on. So that's what I actually think. And actually, the archaeologists and all those who are involved in this kind of thing in Denmark, I think they really, really want to do a good job. I mean, otherwise they're interested, they're curious. Otherwise they wouldn't have joined that particular line. But I think the main thing is they don't have enough funds to go and actually really search and date and excavate and all those things that archaeologists and their whole team do. Had they the funds made available to them that they need to do the job, they would come up with all sorts of very exciting finds and things and conclusions and so on. So it's really down to that. That's why we have the situation today where nobody has any certainty, scientific certainty, that there were people living in Denmark further back than 14,000. But common sense and all those good things, they say that the probability is so high that man did live hundreds of thousands of years before 14,000. So, that's all I wanted to say today. I am happy to have found out, because I didn't know, I'm very happy to have found out that that is actually so.